as promised, this is gonna be the third publisher video, so I guess this is just gonna be the final part in a trilogy of publishers. The first two videos, if you're new to the channel, were about, the first video was about me talking about going with a publisher or not, having to make that decision for my new game, Gunslugs Rogue Tactics. The second video was me talking about good publishers versus bad publishers and all the different variations of good publishers. And also mentioning that I was in talks with a publisher, so I had made the decision to go with a publisher. And I'm here to tell you that I actually then made a decision to not go with a publisher and self-publish it. And in this video I wanted to explain and tell you the reasons and why, and that's what we're gonna do today. Welcome, I'm Pascal from Orange Pixel, and to give this video a little bit of context, I'm a solo independent game developer. I have been since 2004, which makes this year my 15th Orange Pixel birthday thing. Something we'll do something with later in the year. Anyway, I'm working on Gunslugs Rogue Tactics. It's the third game in my Gunslugs trilogy, but this game is completely different from the first two games. It's more tactical, it's stealthy, it's bigger than the previous games, and I've been working on it for quite some time. And my main quest with finding a publisher has been about growing my PC business, my PC audience. I'm doing great and fine on mobile, but I want to move more towards PC type games, because I think for the long term, and based on I'm getting older and technology is going faster, and so I think for me that PC is the much better platform for the long term. Doesn't mean I'm not going to release on mobile or on consoles or any other device I can get my hands on, because I still will, but you need to have some base platform where a base income is coming from, and right now for me it's mobile, but with mobile changing so fast and rapid, and I think PC is just the better solution. So that's what I've been trying to find, a publisher that can help me grow my PC audience and really release my games on PC to a bigger audience than usual. So as mentioned in my last publisher video, I have been in talks with a publisher, and talks were great, and I know these guys for a long time and they're great guys. But at some point I just decided to go alone and just abort the talks and tell them, sorry, thanks for your time, but I'm gonna try and publish this game myself. And there are a lot of reasons for it, because during this whole process my head is continually thinking about all the options and weighing them against each other, but there are three main reasons why I decided to go alone. So let's talk about these reasons before I tell you what my plan is for the future. Alright, so reason one is a main motivation. My main motivation, as mentioned in the first published video, is growing my PC audience. This is still my main motivation. I'm doing decent on mobile and I'm not complaining about mobile, but I want to grow my PC audience, and the publisher I talk to, or the various publishers, because I talked to a few, their main interest is in releasing on all platforms at the same time, and then they're most pushy about the Switch right now. So really talking to a publisher, and the first thing they will ask you is, will this game also be available on Switch? Can we help you, or can we assist or support you with that, because we want this on Switch? And that's fine, that's great. I want this game on Switch as well, but my main motivation is for the long term, and I really need to have a good publisher for PC. I really need to have some focus and attention to the PC market for this game. I didn't really find it in any of the publishers I talked to, and also not the main publisher. They would be releasing it on PC, but their main focus was Switch and everything around it, and I don't fully understand it. I also want to release on all the things that I can release on, but the main motivation for me is PC games, and that kind of got lost in the whole talk and conversation. So that was one of the main things, or main reasons. The second reason is different ideas. The way I release games is really very much intertwined with how I work on my games, my workflow, my methods, and I basically work on a game solo. I don't have a lot of feedback except from the few beta testers here and there, and people I talk to, but not a lot, not a large audience. So for me, I want to release the game early, or maybe early access, or maybe do some public betas or something like that on PC, and then see what players give me for feedback, and then continue working on the game, updating it, adding new stuff based on that feedback. And that's really how I like to work and release my games, and I think that improves my games by the time it reaches a bigger audience. For publishers, this isn't really something they can plan for or work with. Again, something I fully understand, because they just want to release a game on all the platforms at once, make a big splash, and it should be the completed game. But for me, that would have meant working on the game for 2, 3, 4 months more, and without getting any feedback from players, just to have it finished on all the platforms at once and then release it and then hope everybody likes it, and a little room for adding new stuff to it, or a lot of hard work adding updates to it. So it didn't really intertwine with how I usually work and how my workflow is, and I don't think it would have made the game better. I think this is just, for me, the best way to do it. Release early, get a lot of feedback, keep updating it, pushing updates weekly or bi-weekly, and then have a better game at the end. And the third reason is really my gut feeling. That's how I've been doing business since 2004, really making decision based on the gut feeling. Is this really something that's gonna please me, make me happy, and am I gonna be okay with it? Or is it maybe not exactly what I want, and shouldn't I be doing it like this? And in this case, not having bad feelings about the publisher, but more about the whole setup and having less control over how the game will perform and what the game will do. And I guess I could have known that before talking to publishers. I'm just a control freak inside, or even outside, everywhere. I'm just a control freak. So yeah, this is also my livelihood. These games is how we pay the bills around here, and it's very important that it all goes to plan, or at least some plan. And I prefer it to be my plan. Even if it fails, then I know at least it was my own fault not making enough money. If I just have to hand my game over to somebody else and hope for the best, that I don't think I can do that. So that's one of the main reasons that my gut feeling was saying this isn't what you should be doing. Just self-publish and don't do this. So I listened to my gut feeling on this one, and let's hope that works out okay. Because what does it mean for Gunslug's Rogue Tactics from now on? Well, first of all, if you've been following me on social media, you've probably been seeing a lot of messages from me pushing the Steam store page of the game. You can now put it on your wish list. Please do, even if you're not planning on buying the PC game, but you have a Steam account, please put it on the wish list. I'm not sure, but I think having a high amount of wish listers helps with the game when it releases. I'm not sure how Steam works, nobody really knows, but that's my gut feeling again, and some rumors here and there I read from other publishers and releases. So please put it on your wish list, tell your friends. You can really help me out by doing this, because I'm gonna have to do it alone. I'm gonna have to do the marketing alone. I have a lot of plans for it already written down, because I'm working on a list of how I'm gonna do this the best way. What can I do? What are the interesting things? It's gonna be a lot of work. As usual, I've been releasing games for 14, 15 years now, so it's not very new to me, but still reaching the audience on PC is the biggest problem I have, and reaching PC gamers is just hard. There are a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna talk about it. I know a lot of you will now be typing, oh, you could do this, you could do this. I know, I'm open to all suggestions, but trust me, I've probably thought about it before you did. I already have a long list. I'm just going to talk about these things in a weekly video, so I hope you stay tuned to this channel, because I'm going to do marketing. Apparently, I'm going to do it all by myself again. I'm going to try and promote the game in interesting ways and hopefully reach a new audience of PC gamers. Now, all you hear me say is PC, PC, PC. Trust me, the game is still coming to mobile as well. There's just going to be a plan laid out on how I release the game, and PC is gonna be first, but don't worry, I did this with Space Grunts, Ashworld, Heroes of Loot 2, and I think even Meganoid. I mostly release on PC first, mostly because it's easier to push betas and updates and do testing. Having a PC version, having the core game up and running and fully working, and that just makes the mobile version a lot better when it releases on mobile. And it won't be years later or months later, it will just be a few weeks, up to a month or something like that later. So don't worry, mobile is also coming, and the Switch version is still something I'm looking into. I have some high hopes for it, but it's still somewhere, it's not at the top of my list, because a Switch version would be awesome and would be cool, but it's very hard to just pull it off, because I don't even know what the options are now that I don't have a publisher for Switch, or maybe I can find some people who only publish the Switch version. We'll sort all those things out when we get to it. Right now, the main thing is I'm self-publishing Gunslug's Rogue Tactics. You should be wishlisting it on the PC version. I will be doing public betas on the Discord channel, so check the description below because I'm adding some links there for the Discord. I'm not sure yet how I'm going to do it. It's going to be a whole new process, but I think what usually happens is people get a subscription form on the Discord channel, subscribe here with your email address, and you'll get a Steam key sent to you. And then you have like 2 or 3 days to play the beta version, and you can give some feedback, and then maybe a week later or 2 weeks later I'll do a new public beta and something like that. One of the many plans I have in a list, and I'll talk you through all those things as I do them, as they happen. But for now, I think I've been talking long enough about this, so I'm ending the video here, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!